Good morning, East Castle Place. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody has their favorite cup of joe alongside them, or favorite beverage, and join me in the first sip as we start this coffee with Tyler. So today's date of January 13th, 2021. So I know all of you will be watching this on January 14th, but we'll talk about what I know from an update perspective today. So, almost halfway through the month. It's been an exciting start to 2021. Last week, I need to apologize as the Coffee with Tyler may have felt a little rushed. Never my intent, but last Wednesday there was a lot going on, and particularly because of the CVS COVID-19 vaccine clinic that we had here on site. So a lot of coordination and effort went into this, and I want to thank all the staff members and team members that helped facilitate, and especially our partner CVS. CVS is our partner pharmacy that will come and administer the vaccine. They did so last week Wednesday. They, as the memo read, vaccinated roughly 76 of our employees, roughly 60 or so, 56 residents out of the 62 that were eligible in our skilled nursing, our assisted living, and our memory care. And again, that was with the Moderna vaccine. So with the Moderna vaccine, they come back for the second dose, which is a booster dose for the COVID-19 vaccine, and that will take place February 3rd. Also, the exciting news in talking with CVS, our partner pharmacy, they did say that they feel they would have enough vaccine to come back the February 3rd, obviously, and give the second dose to those that received the first dose. But also, I asked and requested that we open it up to you all that are watching this in independent living. And so with that, Eric, my contact at CVS, said, you know what, I think we can make that happen. And since I've confirmed that he will be able to bring enough vaccines for our campus at the time. And so that's exciting news for all of us, and I hope that, I know many of you have asked and questioned about when, and so I think the memo hopefully showed some light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Although it's not a complete light, but a start to the light on February 3rd that it will be offered to you. Now I will tell you, I'm sitting down with my team, not only to coordinate the second dose clinic for our employees, but also for you. So in the coming weeks, and hopefully tomorrow's memo will outline kind of our game plan, but to give you a heads up, what we really need is for you to sign a consent form and answer questions that are within that consent form, and also provide your Medicare or insurance card. Now we want to get that ahead of time, and that's where I'll be working with Maureen and Teresa to gather that information ahead of time before the CVS pharmacy comes on site. It just expedites the process for CVS because they have to enter all the information that we receive from you into their system, their electronic medical record, and then once they do that, then they can administer the dose. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen the news of Kamala Harris, President Joe Biden, that have received the vaccine, and there's still some questions that are asked. There obviously is also side effects that come, potential side effects that may come along with the vaccine. Now, in seeing what that was with our residents and staff, many did have a slightly sore arm, and so that was the main side effect. The secondary side effect was some COVID-like symptoms that some of our staff members, a small percentage, did have. And so again, after roughly 8 to 24 hours, those symptoms did subside. So I want to make sure also we're supporting you as, if for those of you that do receive it, that we have a game plan. And so more information will come leading up to that February 3rd date, beginning actually as you're watching this today in a memo format. Also, the requirement will be that you have to wait approximately 15 minutes after you receive the dose to ensure that those side effects aren't immediate. or that there's an immediate reaction that needs to be tended to. We will have a nurse that will provide oversight, and so again, that is all being formalized over the course of the next 2 weeks so that we are well prepared on February 3rd for those of you that do want to receive the vaccine in our independent living setting. Right now, it's looking like Lindsay Hall will be the main area for that clinic, and it looks to be in the afternoon of February 3rd. So if you're really wanting to have that vaccine, again, I encourage you to make sure you speak with your primary care physician to make sure it's right for you. Again, this is not a Tyler decision for you. This is a you decision. And so I want to make sure you make that informed consent and that educated decision. So I encourage you to reach out to your PCP because, again, a staff member, even a nurse or a Teresa cannot make that decision for you. So again, that's exciting news. So again, in the coming weeks, we'll need that consent form signed and the Medicare card copied. And again, that piece will happen and that outline will happen. It'll probably begin next week, where we'll have somebody stationed to help in taking that information for you and helping you fill out those forms so that we can have those prepared so that when CVS comes on site, we have a fluid process. CVS was very impressed with East Castle Place and felt the clinic went very, very well. My goal for the employees, just so that you're aware, is roughly 76 employees received the vaccine, which is good, but it's still roughly around 40% of our entire employee population. So we want to obviously up that. And so the board of directors, along with myself and the director team, are working through different processes to an education series for our employees to hopefully help them understand why the vaccine is so important. Again, this is not mandatory for our employees. We cannot make it mandatory per the Department of Labor because of the newness of the vaccine. But at the same time, as there's been so many individuals that have received it outside of East Castle Place and even inside of East Castle Place, and it's the science that we put our trust in to make sure that we can help mitigate and relegate this COVID-19 and hopefully come back to what we'll know is the new norm of living. So again, exciting. If there's questions about that, please feel free to stop by my office, stop by Teresa, or stop me in the hallway. We'll be happy to discuss it further with you. But again, mark your calendars if you want, February 3rd, most likely in the afternoon. So again, wanted to give you the heads up there, and so looking forward to that. There will obviously be a lot of information coming your way leading up to that February 3rd date. The other piece that I want to share with you regarding COVID-19 is that we did have a resident in our water tower building test positive for COVID-19. Now this resident is has mild symptoms of COVID-19, and in contact tracing, this resident does have private duty caregivers, and that private duty caregiver was asymptomatic. And so again, we are working through also vaccinating the private duty aides that work here at East Castle Place for the protection of residents. Now fortunately, this resident did not really go out of their apartment. And so again, from contact tracing, we know that it's the private duty caregiver that works directly with her, as well as the resident in the apartment. Now they are self-isolating and quarantined. We have our processes and protocols for those residents that are that is experiencing that COVID-19 diagnosis. So again, our thoughts and of course attention are to this resident, and again, mild symptoms, but again, something that we're keeping a close eye on. That is the only resident at this time that has COVID-19 in the community. All other employees that have been tested through our testing process that continues and will continue have tested negative. So again, we're in a pretty good place from East Castle Place perspective. But again, it's because of the diligence that our staff have, the diligence that you have in wearing these masks, in mitigating those social situations, and again, if you are in that social situation, distancing yourself or mitigating that time that's spent. Couple other notes regarding COVID-19. Again, you'll see updates again every Thursday. Your families will receive updates. If they have questions, direct them directly to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions that they might come from. All right, so that's the COVID-19 update for this week. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit more exciting as we lead up to that February 3rd date. And then again, after that February 3rd date, do know that there is a second dose that has to be administered that will happen in March, as they have to happen roughly 28 days apart. So with that, I'm going to take a step. All right. So a few other things. Thank you to all the residents that continue to engage, continue to think outside the box from engaging and living that active lifestyle. I saw that the library committee kind of added a wrinkle, which is really exciting. The fitness center is going to be open again on Saturdays, and Saturdays we ask that you check out a key and sign up. If you do swim, again, there will not be a member of East Castle Place's team at this time available, but again, that is something that we do want to make available to you. We know that fitness is important, and again, because generally there's no more than 2 individuals in that fitness center, there's proper social distancing happening, and then again, the cleaning aspect has been educated to those that have been going into the fitness center. Willie, again, will continue that, and again, we do ask for sign up at the front desk, as you will have to check out a key and then turn that key back in. So again, the fitness center will remain open during this time. The other piece of that was so wonderful, that is so wonderful, is the Christmas decorations and holiday decorations that were up in the course of December. And you started seeing pieces coming down last week, and you'll see pieces come down this week as well. But holiday decor and seasonal decor will stay up. So I've talked with a few of you in the independent living side, and that seasonal warmth, the seasonal decoration that are in the hallways, we're going to keep up. So the snowflakes and snowmen and women, so to speak, will stay up. But if there's pieces that you donated that you want back to get into storage, by all means, feel free. Otherwise, the seasonal decorations will stay up through the month of January. And then I think we have a pretty cool plan moving forward in February and March and April to kind of just keep the spirit alive. I know it may be a small piece, but it's something that I think is important, as well as many of you as residents have said is important to you. So I want to, of course, respect that and welcome that. So you will see seasonal decorations staying up through the course of January. The dining program. So again, Carlos and I met with the Food and Beverage Committee last week Friday about the dining program, as we're going through almost a full 90 days. But again, that 90-day review happens towards the end of January as far as the points program. The points program is something that we are looking to keep. I've had a lot of positive feedback from many of you about how you feel it's increased the flexibility. Obviously, there's still some opportunities that our food and beverage team have, as well as myself, in providing consistent quality food. And so hopefully also a big ask and a big task that was taken on by the food and beverage team was an update to that menu. And so beginning next week, I think Monday, Tuesday, Carlos will have a new dining menu for you that will replace some items that have been on the menu for some time, and to further, I guess, satisfy and mix up, so to speak, the food and beverage choices that you have. So again, the team is working diligently to produce quality, consistent meals for you all. That is our task, and so a big piece of that, obviously, that is a slight barrier that has been, but again, it is not something that we use it as an excuse. But the takeout system is something that does hinder the food quality and food temperatures from time to time, and we're working through that. One piece that we're excited to hopefully get back is the dining room. So that residents have the opportunity to dine in. Again, I think we saw residents take advantage of that, although it would be a small majority back in August, September, when the dining room was open. That allows for obviously the food to come out warmer and hotter or colder. Also allows you to have that immediate feedback for our wonderful staff members. If there's something that was missing or something that doesn't taste right, that we're able to go back in the kitchen and fix that immediately. Something that is a little bit more difficult right now. So the dining room, we are looking to open. Again, there's a survey out. And again, that will be in the memo, whether we go forward with that next week or we wait until after that February 3rd date. So again, we're leaving it in the hands of the majority of you that respond to that. In the meantime, I do want you to know that the bistro is open for you. I know that many of you are ordering lunches through the dining room and through the kitchen, which is obviously a benefit of the flexible dining because you can have that salad and still have a dinner at night. And you're welcome to continue doing that, but I do want you to know that that grab and go bistro is available for you, and you can use your points as opposed to the old system where you actually had to spend money, actual dollars. So again, your points can be utilized in that bistro, and again, it's just taking off your total amount as opposed to spending $3 for that cheeseburger or hamburger, and then the $3 shows up on your bill as an actual charge in addition. So again, that's another benefit of that flexible dining program in utilizing the points. Lastly, you'll see a new piece of technology at the front desk. Teresa Jenkins this week headed up an initiative that we've had on the docket for some time, and it's a program that will help facilitate and eliminate the need for our reception team to take the temperatures of our staff, because again, the system takes temperatures itself. So all staff and all of our vendor partners, our private duty aides, are entered into our AccuShield system. That's what's up at the front desk next to Lila and Famata there, and Becky, our new receptionist on the weekend, and our other reception team members. But it's the AccuShield system is a system where you check in, you have an ID number that's specific to you, so all of our staff members have an ID. They punch that in, and then there's a set of questions that they have to answer related to COVID. They make sure they all know. If somebody does respond yes, there's an alert that goes out to everybody. And then they get their temperature taken. The temperature is taken right there. There's a thermometer right on the system. They put their head down, it's take their temperature, it records it automatically, and they hit confirm, and then they go on. And that's an electronic tracking system that we have now that will continue on for the rest of East Castle Place history, so to speak, so that we can track that now. And it's an electronic system that will help make us more efficient. It'll allow Lila not to have to take temperatures of 100 staff members that they're coming in and out. It also produces a badge for our contract staff, and so as the contractors are coming in that may have a name tag, there's also a piece of security that have been offered, because when they get that badge they put that on as well, and they know that they've checked into the system and they've gone through the protocols. So again, I'm excited for the system. It's an investment that we've made in the community, and I want to give a huge shout out to Teresa Jenkins and Kevin Gilversleet, our IT coordinator, for setting that up. And so staff are adjusting to it. It is a little slow process right now, as everything is that's new. But again, that will help track this staff. It'll give us a record of who's coming in and out of the building, and as well, it facilitates the temperature reading that will continue. So again, you'll see that at the front desk. If you have questions about that, please see me, please see Teresa. Again, we don't have you residents on there checking in, but we do have family members that, if they do come in and when they do come in, to check in with that system. So again, working through any of the minor kinks that are in there, but overall, I'm very excited for it. One piece that I want to make sure I missed in my COVID-19 update was the visits. Family visits, something that's so important. Next week in our fireplace room, family visits will occur with our assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing. I think many of you may have seen the news about state and mandating the visitations. We've had visitations throughout the course of this COVID-19 for those areas, but that will formalize again. And again, that's where we have barriers, we have sign-ups, and again, that's for our skilled nursing, our assisted living, and our memory care areas. For our independent living residents, we do know that it's vitally important for you to have family members visit. And I'm not discounting that, but I am just putting a brief pause on that still until we get through the next week. And to be honest, I'm really looking towards the beginning of February to allow for those visits to occur in your homes with your family members. Again, more information will follow. If you do have a definitive need or something of that nature, I do know that financial planners and tax season is upon us. And so again, that's a vital, essential individual. And so again, those are things that are coordinated directly through me. Again, not that I'm the end-all be-all, but again, it's just a method of kind of mitigating and controlling that aspect for the community safety. It's something that we've been doing for the last 10, 11 months now regarding COVID-19, and again, wanting to be as fair and consistent as possible. But again, that's a control that I feel comfortable with for those visitations. Lindsay V. Goot's doing the same in this health center and assisted living areas. And so again, that visitor policy, I'm really hoping we can expand that. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves as we look forward to hopefully the vaccine. And again, just because we have the vaccine doesn't mean protocols are going away and that we just reopen the entire community by any means. But that is something that we're looking at doing. So again, more information to follow on there. Lastly, in COVID-19, even with the vaccine, these masks are going to be required for some time yet. I don't foresee these going away, so continue to wear your masks even after that February 3rd date. It's not like, oh, I got my shot, all of a sudden I'm Superman or Superwoman that is immune. No, that's not the case. Although it's very strong protection against you, these masks are still going to be a requirement. So please, 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 continue to wear your masks. With that does wrap up this edition of Coffee with Tyler. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. If there's anything that was said that's unclear or maybe confusing, please do let me know. Happy to have those conversations one-on-one with you to help clear anything up, as I know there's a lot of information that does flow in these Coffees with Tyler. Also, do be on the lookout for a memo tomorrow to help clarify some of the information that was shared today. And we'll go forward. So exciting, halfway through the month of January already, can't believe it. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody stays strong. Hope everybody stays healthy. So with that, I'm going to sign off with a sip and ask that you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next week.